Jimmy Stewart and Doris Day find themselves embroiled in an international assassination plot while on holiday in French Morocco in our next film, and you can watch it for free on the new free streaming app Momitu. From director Alfred Hitchcock and Paramount Pictures, this is 1956's The Man Who Knew Too Much. I'm Harry Marks. You can find me on social media as the host of the classic film history channel, Let's All Go to the Lobby. The Man Who Knew Too Much stars Day and Stewart as husband and wife, along with their son Hank, who are traveling from Casablanca to Marrakesh, where they meet a French traveler named Louis Bernard. Their initial interaction sets off alarm bells in Day's mind, and she becomes wary of his motives. But sometime later, Bernard is killed in front of them in a public market, and he tells Stewart's character to alert the authorities about an upcoming assassination attempt. This thrusts them into a no-win scenario, where Hank is soon kidnapped as leverage for their silence, and our husband and wife heroes must do what they can to save their son and the life of a foreign national before it's too late. The Man Who Knew Too Much is the second Hitchcock film to bear this title, with the first having been released in 1934. Yet, even though this is technically a remake, the stories of both films differ greatly. Hitchcock had wanted to remake his original British endeavor since arriving in America in the 1940s, believing he could smooth out its edges and refine its delivery for Hollywood. It just so happened that he still owed Paramount one last film to fulfill his contractual obligations, and this was going to be it. Hitchcock hired longtime collaborator John Michael Hayes to pen the script on the condition that he would not watch the original version of the film and steer clear of its script. The director would give him beats and bullet points to work from, and Hayes would mail him the finished pages as they were completed. Now, Stewart had already starred in the Hitchcock films Rope and Rear Window, but Doris Day was new to the director's filmography. He'd personally asked for her after seeing her in 1950's Storm Warning, making her yet one more of Hitch's famous blondes, joining the likes of Kim Novak, Grace Kelly, and Tippi Hedren. By this point in her career, Day was already a huge star, especially in England, and when she arrived at her hotel in London just prior to shooting, she was mobbed by hundreds of fans who'd been camping outside. They'd apparently heard she'd be arriving to make this movie, and they spent days waiting for a glimpse, demanding autographs, and disrupting the hotel's regular business. She was eventually asked by management to find new lodgings, as things had gotten out of control. But her stardom did have its perks. Day was famous for her love of animals, and when she noticed the goats and horses on set in Marrakesh were showing signs of neglect, she refused to shoot a single scene until they were properly cared for. The crew stepped in and made sure they had proper food and water each day, so Day would come to set. Doris Day may have only ever appeared in one Hitchcock film, but she certainly left her mark, thanks to one song, Que Sera Sera, written by Jay Livingston and Ray Evans. It was commissioned by Paramount for the film, as the studio felt it needed a signature song on the soundtrack. The writers played it for Hitchcock, who found a way to tie it directly to the story, and to Doris Day's character as well. And that link was never broken. Though Day wasn't a huge fan of the song and almost refused to record it, she wound up singing it in two other films and using it as the theme song for her television show in the 1960s and early 70s. And you can hear it right now, as you watch Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart, Brenda De Banzie, and Bernard Miles in Alfred Hitchcock's 1956 thriller, The Man Who Knew Too Much, now playing for free on Momitu.